Do you enjoy the free spreads? Well, we are going to continue and see if the free spreads still are a thing that you want to enjoy. Now, I do feel a little bit sometimes that many of those of you who
donate for a VIP.
There's been someone taking a little bit space. Many of those who don't pay also take a little bit space in regards to how much I can allow you or allow people waiting on free spreads.
Basically, we changed it into a 20-minute time limit frame, and you can ask as many questions as you want within that frame. You also get your front row. So outside that, feel free to book a read. We've tested out different things. However, I do see that there are a lot of myself, and the situation I'm up against this is far more important than your kind of situation.
People are scuffing each other out of the waiting line. No, it's my turn. No, it's my turn, and keep. Even though you actually, I tell you, you have 3 questions, and although you actually in between those 3 questions are there is a conversation going in between those 3 questions. In the end, within 15 minutes, those 3 questions are very often up in smoke, and I end up, because I have no sense of time, and people end up waiting, and it's not cool. I still want to continue giving out free spreads, but if you want your I have to $10. It's not too much to ask. However, we need to restrict it down to 20 minutes if you want that VIP because of the waiting line. However, the good news is that every day from 12 to 6, except Saturday, sunny day, Sabado, lördag, and Sunday is those days where I get to do my own tarot deck, whatever this is going to be. I think it's a draft. So if you want to have a very, very reasonable read with someone who are generous with their time, you can book a read on my email, Ravnheim, yahoo.no. Now, I need a little bit help here in regards to, there is some information I have in regards to other things which is not of this world, and I feel something is pushing me into
expressing myself, and that channel is called Blue Ray of Ashtariel. And we are a collective. None of us are physical. We are a collective that is in charge of this freakishly creature, which is. In order to build this channel, it will be card reads. We will try to stick within terminologies as star seeds in order to attract people who are fans of, let's say, Elena Danan, Astral Legend TV, Bashar, in general, people who, and we are not there to fight over who's the fake channeler or who's the real deal. When I do my journeys, basically I somehow my entire life have been able to tap into other civilizations, other worlds, and I always felt homesick. So on that channel, I will at some point upload the meditations and smack them together, so you guys out there will also be able to participate, co-create in what we see which are being shown to us in a very strange manner. It's very vivid. It's not lucid dreaming. It's not astral projection. It's more like information and pictures that are being shown to us. And so we like to share those things with the world. So far we have been managing to describe and upload a few meditations, and they of course they need a lot of readjusting before we can actually formalize them into something that you also can have use of. Perhaps you will recognize some of the worlds that we are tapping into. They are very beautiful. They are incredibly amazing. I am no way architect, or I am just an artist. So what I see is, think of it as a tourist that are going to another world, visiting another country. Instead of visiting another country, I visit another planetary system, another civilization, and so I will describe to you what I see there. And it's not just make-believe, because a make-believe would mean sitting down and construct something to you from a piece of paper. Nor do I claim that, oh, this world is real. I simply just tell you what I see, and hopefully it can inspire you or help you in regards to remember places that you come from. If you are a so-called starseed, if you are an avatar, or whoever or what you are, I just know that I'm not from here. I know that from a long time, and more people are waking up to the very narrative that, wow, what if I'm a space alien? And some people are making it into a cult, nearly, where they want to be worshipped. This is not the reason I do this. I have no intention of making any cult. I'm just simply here to make you remember. 1, there is magic out there. Do not take that away from your children. 2, there is in fact other civilizations out there. And when we are able to tap into that, remember, we are one consciousness. We are not as divided as you think. So many of the things I pick up upon actually have been already been picked up upon. Maybe because we've both been there, we somehow are connected, all of us. So things that I see, someone else see. Just like the movie Pandora, I recognized the luminescent flora there. I recognized the skin, the eyes, and a lot of things. And I feel that many people felt the same thing. So, wow, looks like many of us come from many similar places. So it is now time that people walk away from the joke that the establishment have made for us, to us, in order to indoctrinate their dogma and morals onto us into thinking that we are less than who we are. We are all equal, and we have all different roles to play. And one of my roles is not just to sit here and play cartoon and read tarot cards. I'm gifted with other things as well, and one of them is to tap into other civilizations. Maybe it is a make-believe. I don't think so. Like I said, I do not construct the images that I see. However, sometimes I try to adjust them outside of the human narrative, which the human ego wants to try and fit certain things it sees, so it can fit into what is recognizable. So now and then we are taking a few steps back, and we see that okay, my human ego do not understand what I see. I don't understand what they do, and in that sense, since we are a collective field, some of the entities in this collective field can sometimes explain to me. We have discovered a woman which is red for some reason, and one interesting thing happened today, because I was not allowed to see her face on that specific world. I named it Ling. That was me naming the world, didn't get the name. So it's very similar to another world also known as Lang. So it turns out, in fact, there is a terminology or something or someone which is also referred to as the Red Queen. If you have any notion or information about that, I'd like to hear it.
Mothership, and it was called, I call it Epsilon, and some numbers behind there. So I want to share these things with you on the Blue Ray of Ashtariel. If you feel that you are one of those chosen ones, I have some things and thoughts about that. Not going to tell you that is the truth, just some information I want to share with you. Those who are helping me out subscribing to the Blue Ray channel will be prioritized on the free spreads, because I do have noticed many of you don't care about reading the rules. And when it comes to ma'am, I told the story so many times now, and I can repeat something about that. It's not part of my culture, and those few times I've been to India and people call me ma'am, you do sound like she ma'am. It's just not part of my culture, and it's not my name, so it has nothing to do with work. Yes, I'm still a girl, I'm still a hoodie, I'm still me, but the interesting part here, you speak to the ego, the one who identifies as Raven, being a messenger between many different worlds. Is actually something I discovered 15 years back, is being operated by a collective field. It's not just one soul or one identity.
I am Legion, because we are many.
So these are the one, and for me actually right now that platform means a lot to me. So whatever you can do to help me out there. I'm currently looking for images I can put up there, to put up a compilation with music, and where I edit and cut down the descriptions of the worlds that I see. And these are worlds that we co-create, but it's not possible for any of you to channel or talk about Ashtariel in the manner I do, because it's from this space-time continuum as a unique expression of the wholeness of the universe, just like other people cannot channel Bashar. It's the same construct. It has nothing to do with, I don't want to share Ashtariel with you. It's nothing to do with that. This is my way of sharing Ashtariel with you, and if there is one way I can sometimes take you there for a visit, which I'm sure many of you will enjoy. And that's a complete different thing. So I hereby also claim ownership on Ashtariel as a construct, a place, the entire idea and visuals, sounds, and whatever I attach to Ashtariel. Thank you so much for taking your time into listening to what I have to say in regards to Ashtariel. Like I say, it is artistic property, just like my body is the one we possess. So it's copyrighted. I have experienced people who have picked up when I described Ashtariel in the past, who pick up certain phrases and things I say. Ashtariel have been one of them, and I just go along with them. Yeah, sure. However, it's extremely important that Ashtariel is not something that all of a sudden is being channeled or described or whatever by someone else, unless source is coming in here and says, well, it's all right if we are twin souls, or if we are a group of beings. I recognize that, yeah, you're also from there. However, Ashtariel is equally as much as a mindset, a state of being, as it is a place. And thank you so much. I'm just going to chop it down there. The rest of the video is just a bunch of woke bullshit and chit chat, but that belongs to another channel, which is a very typical thing of me to babble. Yeah, so here basically what I tell you, my duty is, magic was taken away from me as a child, and it created me into a walking sack of depression. I'm here to tell you that there is a magical world out there. The world is far more wild, crazy, and magical than you can imagine, many of you. So if you want to stick to your old, boring, established belief system, where we use hermetic as a learning system versus hermeticism, then go ahead, do that. If you want to live a life where there is nothing more than your coffee table, growing old, 67, let's move to Spain. Now we can live our life. I'm here to remind young people, and even you who see this, that there is magic around you. And because I actually have now spent my entire life from I was a child to find out how can I tap into that magical special place again. And with age, it's actually getting easier and easier and easier. And my job here is same as many other people, is to do not worship anyone or anything outside yourself. Do not dim your light for other people's. You are your own light source. You don't need someone to save you. You are your own Christ consciousness, whatever you want to call it. You can call it Pluto or riffraff, what I care. But trust me when I say, if you already are saved, you create your own reality, and together we can co-create a new beautiful reality together. So guys, thank you so much for supporting me and my work. Catch you on the flip side.
much.